It's Friday, television family, the day before the weekend. Still got to get through today, but then we're good to go. It is the 18th day of October, 2024. I'm Dan Koontz, your host for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 40 degrees here in the big city. The air is very dry. It's pretty chilly out there, but 40 is actually our normal overnight low. We've just not used to it because we've had this unbelievable stretch of mild weather, though. That's been changing, as you might imagine. Other locations in our viewing area are below freezing. Right now in Moses Lake, you're at 27 degrees in Moses Lake. So they're like 13 degrees colder than we are. Ellensburg's at 36. Ephrata's at 30. There's some cold spots out there. Omak, 30 degrees. We got cold air hanging around, and it's going to be exiting later on tonight. We're going to replace the dry, cold air with some warm, wet air. That system comes in tonight. We're going to be well above normal for Saturday and Sunday and into Monday, and some hit and miss rain showers. We have a continuing chance of rain really starting this afternoon and lasting all the way through till Monday, and then a cold front comes in after that, and we're going to cool back down to pretty chilly temperatures by the middle of next week. We're all over the board weather-wise. What Mother Nature has in store for you, we will let you know at the beginning of the program. Well, it is the beginning of the program, the first segment of the program, Block B, as we say. News, yes, sports, lots. Lest we talk about the baseball playoffs from last night, the American League Championship Series, the better. I'm just going to let it go. I'll be serenity now about my Yankees. And speaking of sports, in the back half of the program, it's a crazy weekend for the Wenatchee Wild. They're home tonight, then they're on the road on Saturday, and then they're back home again on Sunday. They're going to be all over the map. Austin Drade will be here live in this studio to talk a little Wild hockey. Again, the home games are Friday and Sunday afternoon. They're on the road in, I believe, Kamloops, I think, on a Saturday night. All of that gooey good stuff is on the way, plus an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty. It's 2 minutes after the hour. The tour begins now with our traditional 4 cameras. Still not to sunrise yet, 7:25. Will be sunrise this morning, sunset tonight, 6:06. We lose another almost 3.5 minutes of daylight. It's been a continuous loss of daylight for the last month and a half or so at that rate, at about 3.5 minutes. Check out this weather anomaly as you look at this camera. Thursday's high and low, our high and low yesterday, was 60 for the high, 40 for the low. Or normal high and low, 60 and 40. It was exactly normal. That does not happen very often at all. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year does the high temperature and the low temperature settle in exactly what would be normal for that date, but it happened yesterday. Lake Wenatchee, the snow is no longer up at the top of Dirty Face. It's gone and melted away, but in the background, you can see it. It's going to be very wet in the mountains. We're going to show you a slide from the National Weather Service. If you're heading up into the Cascades this weekend, upper elevations, you're going to get poured on. Snow level is going to be well above the pass level. We're talking about a very moist and warm front that's on the way. That's why the snow is now gone on Dirty Face. Billy Goat, can't get tired of that view. That's just gorgeous. Good morning to the Methow River. I really wish we could show you the Methow Valley, because obviously you can see almost all of it from that camera that's unbelievably up, almost 5,000 feet above sea level. But that's where the support post is. So if we pan the camera to the left and look up the Methow Valley, all you would see is the post that the camera is attached to. So you don't really get to see much of anything, but I got no complaints. That looks nice to me. And down to Wahatus. And there's a lot of real estate there. By the way, it's the Wahatus High School has their homecoming, I'm told, tonight at Wahatus High, the fighting grain growers. I'm making all that stuff up. Good morning to our friends down to the south of us. I mentioned it's going to be wet in the mountains as this warm and wet front works its way in tonight. So if you're heading into the upper elevations for whatever it may be, you're going to get wet. Oftentimes very wet. Again, the snow level is going to be above 8,500 feet, so you got to really be up there to get into some snow, but you are definitely going to get some rain. So if you're heading into the backcountry, be prepared for some big-time rain. Up there, it's going to be wet, and we're going to be a little wet down here, especially overnight tonight. From the National Weather Service, your forecast in detail looks something like this. Once we get to the afternoon hours, the chance of rain increases. We could see some rain for the football game tonight. I'm giving you a heads up on that. We could see some light rain, and as you can see, it's not going to get real warm because we got that cold air trapped on the valley floor. And with the shorter days, we're not going to get above 53 or 54 for the afternoon high. Rain tonight, basically between midnight to about sunrise on Saturday is our best chance of rain. You'll probably be sleeping when the rain comes down. and we'll get down to 44. Saturday is looking too bad. It doesn't look bad at all if you're going to be out and about on Saturday. We do have a chance of rain in the morning, and then the sun will be poking out in the afternoon, and here's that warm we were talking about, all that warm air. 67, so look at the temperature variation. 53 today, 67 on Saturday, and if you have outdoor plans, Saturday afternoon is your best bet. Should be dry with some sunshine. 49 for the overnight low on Saturday night with a continuing chance of rain. Sunday, we kind of do it all over again. Whatever rain we get is probably going to be more like Sunday afternoon, as opposed to Saturday, where the rain is going to be probably in the morning. On Sunday, it's going to be the reverse. It'll be dry in the morning and rainy in the afternoon, and quite a bit of rain Sunday night spilling into Monday, and then another cold front comes knocking on our door, and we're going to go back down to, well, a little below normal on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with some sunshine, but the temperatures are going to get colder again. All right, that's your forecast. We're going to take a break. What made news and is making news, we'll let you know in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
I'm Keith Gaynor, running for your next 12th District State Senator. It's been a privilege to serve you the past 6 years in the House of Representatives. I believe public safety is a critical issue that affects all of Washington. This should be one of our highest priorities. Washington families are struggling. Housing, food, and gas prices are severely affecting our budgets. We need to find better ways to support our families. Together, we can build a better Washington.
Have you ever played that game, What Would You Rather, where you give two options to see what your friend would choose? Well, let's try it. What would you rather? Would you rather have a telemarketer from a foreign call center named David, or a local North Central Washington agent who has been helping folks for over 20 years on Medicare and has 5 offices to serve you, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So, what would you rather? Now give us a call at Springwater Insurance. Our phone number, 509-888-2600.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCW Life app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCW Life app now.
Very pleasant morning, 40 degrees. We're not going to get real warm today, mid-50s maybe. The rain chances increase as the day progresses. It'll be a little rainy overnight tonight. On Saturday, rain in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon. Sunday, the other way around, sunshine in the morning and rain in the afternoon. It's 9 minutes after the hour. Very strange story out of Grant County. A Moses Lake woman is suspected of driving away in a car left idling with an infant inside, and then stealing the police SUV after she was handcuffed. 21-year-old Rita Gabriela Lozano was arrested Wednesday after allegedly driving off in a stolen car with a 2-month-old child strapped in. Warden police were able to track the car using traffic cameras as it headed north out of town. A Grant County Sheriff's deputy later found the car stopped in the middle of Road 3 Northeast, about 9 miles east of Moses Lake. The infant, unharmed, returned to her family. Lozano was handcuffed and placed in a Warden police car. Deputies say she then wriggled her cuffed hands from the back of her body to the front, crawled into the driver's seat, and drove off. 2 deputies used their own cars to bring the vehicle to a stop about half a mile away. Lozano remains jailed, faces possible charges of second-degree kidnapping, reckless endangerment, and theft of a motor vehicle. An Okanagan County man convicted of murdering his wife and burning her body in an abandoned car has failed to have his conviction overturned. 42-year-old Lance Robert Bowers of Tenasca was found guilty after a 2-week trial. found guilty of first-degree murder, assault, and illegal firearm possession after killing his spouse, Angela M. Bowers, back in 2019 and setting fire to her body in the trunk of a car in the Honanas Valley. Bowers asked the Court of Appeals to grant a retrial, saying there was insufficient evidence and alleging his own brother may have had a part in Angela's death. The appellate court ruled that Bowers did not submit enough evidence to support those claims and let his convictions stand. A Moses Lake man convicted of child sexual abuse was sentenced Tuesday to just under 8 years in prison with the possibility of life in prison. 63-year-old Dale Bruce Lewis was arrested in June of 2021 after a 13-year-old child disclosed an instance of abuse at Lewis's hands. A Grant County jury in Ephrata convicted him in August of second-degree rape of a child after a one-week trial. The sentence handed down by Judge Anna Gigliotti is an indeterminate one. That means a sentencing panel must decide if Lewis can be released after he serves his initial 95 months in prison. 2 members joined the Soap Lake City Council this week as it rebuilds from the resignation of its most recent mayor, and they've had a lot of them. Joanne Rushton and Eli Olson were sworn in by Mayor Pete Sharp. Sharp was appointed mayor after the August resignation of Mayor Alan Dupuis, who surprised the council with his departure after just over a year in office. Rushton and Olson filled the vacancies left by Sharp's elevation to mayor and by the departure of another council member. Sharp, by the way, is the 4th mayor to lead Soap Lake in the last 4 years. By now, you probably have your ballot. I got mine yesterday, and it's time to vote. Before you fill in those circles, of course, we invite you to go to our website and check out all of our election interviews with the candidates in our area. We believe an informed voter is the way to go. They're available by going to our website, ncwlife.com. Today, we're looking at the race to replace Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinberg. He's a Republican. He's leaving after 2 terms of office. Rock Island Mayor Randy Agnew is running for that position as a Republican. His challenger, Paula Lamanna, is running as an independent. We asked both of them about how past experience factors into the job of county commissioner.
You feel like being the mayor of a town like Rock Island would translate well to governing a county? Do you feel like you could slot those skills in easily as commissioner?
To a large degree, yes. Obviously, there will be things to learn as a county commissioner. There's some things they do slightly different than we do, certainly on a much bigger scale. But as far as what a county does, you know, maintaining roads and building applications, land services, all that stuff, the city does that on a smaller scale. And I think we've been pretty successful in Rock Island. And in fact, as the city of Rock Island, we have a water system. The county doesn't do water. We have a sewer system. The county doesn't do sewer. And unlike the county, we don't have any money to actually be able to do anything. So we have to go work with the state and grants, loans, that sort of thing to get the funding. TIB, Transportation Improvement Board, they fund roads. So I've, again, being a small city, I have a grand total of 7 employees. So I don't have 50 staff members to say, here, handle this. I had to be personally involved. And so I have a pretty good idea of how those things, you know, I've learned over the last year, nine years, how those things work, the process, which is annoying.
Now, Paula, this would be your first elected position if you're elected. This is your first time running for any office. Your opponent has served as mayor for a number of terms in Rock Island, where you live. Do you think there'll be too much learning on the job if you were elected, or do you feel like you can adapt quickly?
I usually adapt very quickly. I jumped into owning my own business, brick and mortar, everything, without, I have a business degree. That's my degree, is business in agricultural sciences. But doing it and learning it are 2 different things. And I learned on the fly, and I was very successful. And I'm very confident in my ability to learn because I'm not afraid to ask questions. If I don't know something, I won't pretend I have an answer, because I don't. And they always say the path to wealth and intelligence is paved, so you just need to take that path. Ask those questions.
My final question for you, Randy, as a closer, for 1 minute, why should people vote for you for county commissioner?
I think the number 1 reason they should vote for me is because I do represent the people. I've made that clear to my staff all the time I've been mayor, And as anybody who's seen me on boards, various boards around town, I express my opinion, and my opinion is from the perspective, in my belief, of the citizens. What's best for them. And I will continue to do that as a county commissioner. Also, I have 9 years of experience doing this.
In about 1 minute, can you tell me why people should vote for you for Douglas County Commissioner?
Because I have an eclectic array of abilities and, like I said, project management experience, natural resources and rehabilitation experience. I've worked with the PUD and the dams and done work for permitting for fish and wildlife. I've done biological evaluations for docks, helped to implement docks in houses. I know our community very well, and I love people, and I just want to bring our community a little tighter than it is. I know we have it.
And if you haven't made plans yet for the weekend, and there's a lot going on, Pybus Public Market is celebrating the Humble Hop. It's the first ever Fresh Hop Festival. It'll be at the Pybus. It goes from noon to 6 o'clock tomorrow. It features some of the best Northwest beers, meads, and ciders. Live entertainment. You'll get a chance to vote on your favorite beverage. I had a chance to visit with my good friend Travis Hornby, the director of the Pybus Public Market, about tomorrow's event.
I've run other events like this similar, and now I'm just being part of the foundation for Pybus, and so it's kind of a natural transition for me to finally get something like this together. We've hosted other events down here for the cider. There was a cider group. They kind of fell apart or couldn't congeal anymore, so I thought, well, why don't we bring all of it together? Why don't we bring mead, cider, and beer, which is my personal favorite, and have everyone down here. And also, we have more options for people than just beer, just cider, or mead. So pretty excited about it.
And you got all kinds of extremely well-known high-end brewers and mead makers and cider makers coming. These are the heavy hitters.
These are great. So we have, it is a East versus West competition. So we are, the end of the night, someone's getting the award for the best mead, best cider, and best beer. And from Washington State only, so it's all local. Kind of harkening back to Washington State is the highest producer of hops in the world, so that's kind of a fun thing to do, and just highlighting what we do best in Washington, procuring these wonderful, delicious beverages.
And that's what's making news on this Friday. We'll have one more newscast tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, and Wenatchee Panther football at 7 o'clock. Going to be a busy day around it. Fridays are always busy in the old bullpen. And if you want to know what's going on, watch the news, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. If it doesn't work in your schedule, you want to watch the news when it's convenient for you, got you covered. Thanks to the internet, you can watch the news whenever you want by going to our homepage, ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page, you can go to our YouTube page. You can take a pen and slap it on your left hand. You can do whatever you want. If there's something out there needs our attention, give us a call. Give us a call. Send us an email. You can call us too, but email is a better way to do it. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Another fall sports season is upon us. Yes, we'll be talking about Eastmont football, but also volleyball and girls soccer. Be sure and join us for the Eastmont Wildcats all season long right here on the NCW Life channel, your local TV station.
Coverage is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
At Abby's, it's kind of simple. We're not rocket scientists. We just make great pizza. When you're ready for traditional values, time with your family, and a great meal, you're invited to Abby's. Order at abbys.com. Our family is here for your family. It's fall. Want a great value that doesn't involve pumpkin spice? Try Abby's Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Save and enjoy a pizza with loads of quality toppings to the edge. Your taste buds and your wallet will thank you. Enjoy Abby's October special at a very special price.
"20 minutes after the hour, the Seattle Kraken exploded for 4 second-period goals last night, held on, beat the Flyers 6-4 at Climate Pledge Arena. The visitors got out to an early lead with a goal in the first, and then Brandon Montour scored his first goal as a Kraken to tie it. The Flyers retook the lead 43 seconds later. The first intermission, it was 2-1 Philadelphia, and then Jared McCann tied the game 3 minutes into the second. Seattle unleashed a 3-goal barrage in a 4-minute span late in the second. Goals by Eli Tolvanen, Jordan Eberle, and Shane Wright. We went into the second intermission up 5-2. Philadelphia cut the lead to 1 with a couple of third-period goals, but Oliver Bjorkstrand iced it with a wrister. With 5 minutes left, Seattle will host Calgary tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Kong TV. Let me look at the college football schedule. We got Washington State hosting Hawaii. That'll be in Pullman, 12:30 on television on CW11. Eastern Washington is on the road. They'll be against, they're at home. Yeah, against UC Davis tomorrow at 4 o'clock. You can watch that on ESPN Plus. I don't have it. Central Washington plays at Texas A&M Kingsville. I don't know where that is. At 5 o'clock, and the Huskies don't play anybody. Seahawks are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak in Atlanta. On Sunday, Seattle takes its 3-3 record into Mercedes-Benz Stadium against the 4-2 Falcons. Sunday morning kickoff, 10 o'clock on Fox. For the rest of the division, the Rams will host Las Vegas, 1:05 Saturday on CBS. Okay, well, I think maybe Sunday, I'm not sure. The rematch of last year's Super Bowl is in California. 49ers host Kansas City, it's 1:25 on Fox. Arizona is on Monday Night Football, hosting the Chargers at 6 o'clock on ESPN. The battle of highly ranked volleyball teams went to the visitors last night in Ellensburg. These are two of the best teams in the state, regardless of division. As we roll footage, I'll tell you what happened. Well, first of all, anyway, Wenatchee won. Yeah, after dropping the first set, they dominated the next 3 sets, 25-15, 25-15, 25-18. Wenatchee still remains unbeaten on the season. Ellensburg drops to 11-2. More volleyball. Kashmir captured the South Central Athletic Conference regular season championship. They swept Natchez Valley last night, 25-14, 25-16, 25-10. Sela swept Quincy, 25-7, 25-11, 25-11. Ephrata topped Othello after losing the first 2 sets. They came back to win that one 3-2. Eastmont knocked off Sunnyside in 3 sets, dominated them 25-9, 25-12, 25-16, and after dropping the first set 26-24, Moses Lake came back to beat West Valley 25-17, 26-24, and 25-14. In the smaller schools, Chelan swept Okanagan, Tenaska took care of Cascade, Manson beat Brewster, Batera swept the Garden City Academy, Cascade Christian Academy topped Orville, Wilson Creek knocked off Thorpe 3-1. To the pitch we go. Quincy blanked Chelan 3-0. Tenaska took the regular season title in the Central Washington League with a 1-0 win over Okanagan. Cascade beat Brewster 8-0. Pateras down Lake Roosevelt. Bridgeport beat Oroville. Kashmir wins the regular season title in the South Central Athletic Conference. They beat Natchez Valley 3-1. It is homecoming tonight. For the Wenatchee Panthers, they'll host the Davis Pirates. Leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. We'll have the game right here. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Coach Taylor Mitchell said they've had a good week of practice despite all the distractions that happened during homecoming week.
I think it's been fine. I think the kids have been focused all week at practice. I think it's great for them to be able to go and enjoy different events during the week, and obviously this weekend with a lot of their classmates and peers. But here on the football field, I think the kids have done a good job of staying focused all week at practice and just worrying about football while we're out here practicing in the afternoons.
Panthers are coming off a loss on the road at West Valley last week. They had the lead, but they couldn't hold it. Coach Mitchell says they need to shore up the line on both sides of the football and force Davis to be one-dimensional.
defensively. We've got to make sure, we tackle well tonight. Davis's running back's a big kid. He's a really strong runner. And offensively also, we got to be able to run the football also. I think that's one area where we struggled last week against West Valley is we weren't able to be balanced like we want to be. And so, controlling the line of scrimmage, I think will have an impact tonight as well.
Senior linebacker Logan Lamb says they've been working on their tackling this week. They got to get ready for a big guy. He's a good running back, the Pirates running back, Lance McGee.
Yeah, we just got to stay low. He's a very good running back. He's a big dude. Got to get low and get them ankles because if we try and hit him head on, he's going to run us over. So,
how do you practice for that with a guy like that? Because I don't know if you've got a running back. I mean, Finn's a good-sized kid, but, it's different, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different than any of the running backs here. Most of our guys are more shifty and small rather than just big and brute. But we've been working really a lot on staying low and attacking the ankles and lower tackles. So that's how we've been preparing.
So there you go, Davis and Wenatchee. They'll kick off at 7 right here on the NCW Live channel. Of course, the big game, who's kidding who? Eastmont at Moses Lake tonight. Both teams undefeated in league. Whoever wins this game is almost certainly going to win the Big 9 regular season title. Wildcat coach Jay Foster says his defense will be tested because Moses Lake's offense is good.
Guys are explosive, I guess is the best word to use for them. Been putting a ton of points up, and the quarterback they got is just, he's a special kid, and he's been special for the last couple of years. Unfortunately, I think not only this year, but we got him next year too. So, he's a special kid. They do a lot of great things with him, and we talked earlier in the year about I don't want to get into track meet, and that's the last thing I want to do in this game is get into a track meet. But it'll be fun. I like these games.
Last year, Brady Jay, the Mavericks quarterback, threw 4 interceptions against Eastmont, and Foster says they're going to have to see if they can do it again tonight.
Yeah, the bottom line, we have to make him uncomfortable. We have to make him do things that he doesn't want to do. We have to show him ghosts, get him to throw us the football for whatever reason. Our front has to be able to get to him, and we've been, knock on wood, up to this point, we've been pretty good at getting after quarterbacks, and that has to continue. So, it's going to be a complete game because we can't let them be on the field for 80 snaps either. So we have to shorten the game, on the offensive side of the ball by running the football, doing the things that we do, get the clock run down. We have to control the ball. The more we can keep it out of his hands, the better chance we've got.
Eastmont and Moses Lake have been the best 2 teams in the Big 9 over the last few seasons. Junior running back Bodie Yale says the Wildcats will have to limit mistakes and keep their emotions in check.
It's going to take a lot of focus and patience because there's going to be some calls that don't go our way. This happens every year. But definitely patience and not yelling and getting mad at everybody. It's definitely important because we don't want that 15 yards added onto like 3rd and 10, make it 3rd and 25, or get a first down maybe, ruins it. That's why the Post Falls game, we really struggled with it because we had, over 100 yards and penalties. It's not going to win games.
Eastmont and Moses Lake, 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. The rest of the Big 9, West Valley is at Eisenhower. Sunnyside will host Hanford in a non-leaguer. In CWAC play, it's afraid of visiting Toppenish, while Quincy is on the road at Grandview. Sela hosts East Valley. Prosser's in Othello. Ellensburg plays host to Zilla. In the South Central Athletic Conference, it's also homecoming for Cashmere tonight. Connell is in town. Royal is at Wahluke. Keona Benton will visit Wapato, and Natchez Valley will be at College Place. Chelan visits Omak in Caribou Trail League play, and Cascade is at Medical Lake. 2B football kicks off early. Okanagan hosts Brewster at 4:30. Bridgeport at Pateris at 6. Liberty Bell will host Lake Roosevelt at 7, while Tenasket is at Manson. The 1B game tonight, the only one, is Antioch at Soap Lake at 7. And then tomorrow you got Easton hosting Clallam Bay. Waterville Mansfield will be at Moses Lake Christian tomorrow night at 6. And the Wenatchee Wild have a busy weekend. This is kind of crazy. They got Kelowna tonight, and then it's a 6-hour bus ride to Kamloops for tomorrow night. Then it's a 6-hour bus ride back here to the big city to take on Vancouver Sunday at 4. Austin Drade will be my guest in the back half of the program. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at the bottom of the hour. I got a quick text here. Stephanie, my sister, if you're watching the show, I will be there Monday for dinner. Cool. Homemade beef stew. Thanks, sis. Bottom of the hour today, to the obscure holiday is No Beard day today. National No Beard Day for you clean-shaven guys, and I'm one of them. I'm not a beard guy. I grew a beard once. I didn't like it. Of course, I looked good, very debonair, as you might imagine, but it just drove me nuts. Facial hair and I just don't work. I have a little bit of a beard going now because I haven't shaved since Tuesday. Humans have been shaving for as long as they've been around, about, I don't know, 10,000 years. What did they use to shave? Shark teeth, clamshells, flint. They would make blades out of copper and gold if you had a lot of money. In ancient Egypt, you shaved not only your face, but your whole head. Men and women, most of them shaved their entire area above the neck because they could wear wigs that way that provided more protection against the sun rays than their natural hair. And of course, in the military, you are clean shaven. Almost all the militaries in the world require all of their soldiers to have no facial hair. This goes back to Alexander the Great in 330 BC. He made it mandatory for all of his soldiers to be clean shaven because if they had beards, their opponent, the enemy soldiers, could grab their beard, pull them closer, and well, you don't want to know. Happy National No Beard Day today. Today in history, 173 years ago today, October 18th, 1851, you could go to your local bookstore and buy the book Moby Dick. Herman Melville's Moby Dick is first published as The Whale in London. It is a very, very good book. Many people consider it perhaps the greatest novel of all time. A lot of metaphor, you know, you got to be into it. I've read it. It's good. By the way, when Moby Dick was published in 1851, it got mixed reviews. It was a commercial failure. In fact, when Herman Melville died in 1891, you couldn't even buy the book. It was out of print. It didn't start making money for Herman until after Herman exited his earthly vessel. Moby Dick is 173 years old today. It is Alaska Day. In Alaska, the last frontier, 157 years ago today, the United States formally takes possession of Alaska. That check cleared the bank for $7.2 million. It is Alaska Day in Alaska. It's one of our great real estate deals, and we did a number of really good real estate deals. What do we get for our $7.2 million? 586,412 square miles. That comes out to 12 cents an acre. Good deal. By the way, if you were a native-born Russian and you lived in Alaska after this date, you could stay or you could go. Most of them left. And finally, 47 years ago today, Reggie Jackson earns the nickname given to him by his teammate, Thurman Munson. 3 consecutive home runs off 3 different pitchers in Game 6 of the World Series. I remember watching it to this very day. It is etched in my mind, and here's how it played out.
Reggie Jackson. Long drive right field. It is goodbye. A big, big World Series for Reggie Jackson, despite all the palaver about his discontent with Billy Martin as he comes up with his 3rd home run of the series. Quickly, the Yankees go ahead. Hard shot, right field, it's gone. Oh, what a World Series for Reggie Jackson. First pitch, right in his wheelhouse, as Don Siva would say. Reggie Jackson now well on his way to becoming the most valuable player in the 1977 World Series if the Yankees go on to win. Reggie Jackson has seen 2 pitches in the strike zone tonight, 2, and he's hit them both in the seats. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, what a blow. What a way to top it off. Forget about who the most valuable player is in the World Series. How this man has responded to pressure. Oh, what a beam on his face. How can you blame him? He's answered the whole world. Reggie Jackson's last at-bat, probably in the 1977 series. What a colossal blow. And that was a monster in itself. 475 feet probably. Look at that. Look at Torres. You don't think they know it? Feel it in there?
was a really fun Tuesday night back in 1977, and it's time to do some birthdays. Heavenly birthday, we got 3 of them. Charles Edward Anderson Berry, Chuck Berry, alongside Elvis, Buddy Holly, and Bob Dylan on the Mount Rushmore rock and roll. It's all good. Listen to Chuck Berry this morning. I'll listen to Chuck Berry again before this day is over. He's never far from my turntable. He was born 98 years ago today. Born 97 years ago today, George C. Scott, Anatomy of a Murderer. He was great in The Hustler. Got me Academy Award nomination for that. Dr. Strangelove, and of course, the Academy Award winner playing Patton in the movie Patton, even though he refused the Oscar. His actual Oscar is in the George Patton Museum. George C. Scott, born this date 1927. You heard just a little bit ago the voice of Keith Jackson. Well, there he is, Mr. Keith Jackson, who was born in this date in 1928, and there goes a fumble, ho, belly, the voice of college football in many, many sports. All those years with ABC, the great Keith Jackson, Washington State College graduate, of course. Used to be the sports director at Como. Used to be the voice of the Huskies before he went national. He was born in the state in 1928. And happy 68th birthday to Martina Navratilova. Between playing singles and doubles and mixed doubles, she has 59 major titles, the most of the Open era. She went to the Wimbledon singles finals 12 times, including 9 consecutive years, and won the Women's Wimbledon Championship in women's singles 9 times, more than anybody else. She's 68 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. I'm going to say that one more time. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Access on the heat. I think you're not going to need the AC much anymore, but the heat, you're going to need it. And by the way, have Alpine Air take a look at your ducts, too, and all that stuff. It's probably full of dust and gunk. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Might as well go with the best. They know what they're doing. And one happy belated birthday. Little note on my desk this morning. Happy birthday to our janitor, Jim. Happy birthday, Jim. I don't know who you are, because when you're here, I'm not. Anyway, happy birthday, Jim. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. It's again with the pizza. Mike's got this pizza thing going on. I don't know. Then Austin Drade live right here in the studio. We got wild hockey, 3 games in 3 days, 2 of them at home. Austin will be joining me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I was recently watching a cop show on TV. It was the LA Cops, They were investigating a murder. And apparently the victim had ordered a pizza and had been killed by the delivery person. The murderer killed the delivery person, yada, yada. Okay, but the delivery person, after the murder, then helped themselves to a slice after killing the guy. Now, the very astute cop said, "Oh, the suspect is from the East Coast." And the other cop asked how she knew that. And this very knowledgeable detective said, "Because he folded his slice of pizza." Yeah, that's how we do it. Of course, you West Coasters, first of all, you have no idea what real pizza is. And secondly, you don't need to fold your pizza since it's as stiff as cardboard. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hello, 3 tickets, please.
Oh, the Discovery Center is free to visit.
So you're telling me we could look at the fish for free?
Yep, that's free.
But how much is it to drive the steamboat?
Todo es gratis.
So you're telling me that we could go play on the playground?
Still free.
It's free.
Exactly. Gratis, gratis, gratis. The Discovery Center at Rocky Beach. It's free.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Welcome back to the program. You got plans tonight. You got plans on Sunday. Hell, if you want to drive 600 miles, you can go to a game on Saturday if you want. It just won't be here. Wenatchee Wild, 3 games in 3 days. That can be a bit of a slog, but when you're 18, 19 years old, most folks can handle it. And here to talk Wenatchee Wild hockey, making his debut appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's nice meeting you. I'm sorry, the name again?
Austin.
Austin Dryday joins us here. How are you, bud?
Good. Certainly not 18 or 19 years old anymore. I know that.
Neither am I, as a matter of fact. Don't know why we brought that up. First things first, pulled a few strings. Bliss made some calls. We got ourselves a new goalie, and considering what we gave up for this guy, he must be pretty good.
He's pretty solid. He actually played against us last year when we went up to Alberta for our fall trip last year. Ran into a couple of hot goalies on the trip to Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, and he was the goalie we played in Medicine Hat. That was a 5-1 Tiger win, I believe, but made some great saves against us. Won 16 games for them last year. So he was one of their top goalies a year ago. So
that's probably how he landed on Bliss's radar.
Yep.
I'm assuming.
Yep.
We probably should mention the guy's name.
Zach Zahara.
There you go.
So yeah, a couple of draft picks. One of them late round pick for this coming year, and then a 4th round pick getting into the middle rounds for a few years down the road. So all in all, a pretty good get for this group at a time when we need some support in the goaltending area.
Because of injuries? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're at that. We had the same problem last year, didn't we?
We did. We had Daniel Hauser out for a good chunk of the season with some injuries. Brendan G is back at practice now. I don't think he's going to be quite ready for game action for a little bit. getting practice pucks is one thing, but when you're seeing pucks coming at you twice as fast and the other team is bent on scoring on you, it's a little bit different. So he's going to be working on coming back here for a little while, and then Daniel Hauser is out week to week now with the injury he suffered up in Victoria. So now is a time when we need a little support in the goaltending area, and I think Zach will provide that.
Is Zach going to be between the pipes anytime this weekend?
I would imagine probably once. I'm not sure when we'll see him, but I would imagine at least once this weekend we'll see him in net for these guys.
How is the health of the team? I know it's still early in the season, but how are we doing on that injury-wise?
We've gotten some guys back. Noah Szymanski came back last weekend from his injury. Landon Young is back. He's gotten his first couple of games in for the season. So we've got a couple guys that are still out, and of course Brendan and Daniel out in net. But we're starting to get some of these guys back and ready to go. Now it's just a matter of getting them up to full speed after a few weekends out.
And that's part and parcel. That's part of the deal. I mean, especially earlier in the year. You mentioned the trade that we made for Mr. Zahara. You can pretty much trade off and on all you want through like early January, then there's a deadline, and that's it. You can't make any more deals. Is that correct?
January 10th, and if we had anybody going to World Juniors at the end of December, like we did last year with Savoy and Geeky, those guys we would not announce those trades. We can't finalize those trades until after World Juniors are over. But other than that exception, and there's a dead period around Christmas because you don't want guys getting traded over the holidays. But up until January 10th, we pretty much have free reign to make the moves that we need to make.
World Juniors was in Finland last year, so I want to say somewhere in Europe. Where was it last year? I can't remember.
I
try to remember.
I think it might have been Sweden.
It might have been Sweden.
Yeah.
So, well, some Scandinavian countries. Where's it at this year?
It is back in, I believe it's back in the U.S. I want to say Buffalo and Toronto, but
okay.
I won't swear to that.
Okay. Well, Buffalo's beautiful in December. It's just lovely there.
I support the sport well.
That's true. They do. Kelowna at home tonight. 7 o'clock is when they drop the puck. Is Wild About Awareness Night tonight. Talk a little bit about our friends from Kelowna.
So Kelowna brings a team in. They started cold. They started 0-5, but then they got a couple guys back from camps. Andrew Crystal came back from Washington Capitals camp, and then T.J. Ginla came back from Utah Hockey Club camp. So they've gotten two of their heavy hitters back, and it's paid dividends for them. They've won 3 in a row. 9-4 win, I think, was their last game. So they've got one of the hotter groups in the league right now, despite what their 3-5 record might tell you.
If you score 9 goals, you probably should win.
I think so.
That's common sense tells me that. And then we're off to Kamloops. That's what? How far is Kamloops? 600 miles?
That's about 6 hours.
About 6 hours. Woo! So you're on the bus first thing tomorrow morning after the game tonight. How's that working?
We'll stay partway up tonight,
okay,
and then finish the drive tomorrow, play against Kamloops, and then make the full drive back because we've got a game on Sunday.
So logistically speaking, we're going to play tonight. They're going to shower. They're going to clean up. Their bags are already packed. They're going to get a bus. They're going to go halfway there and stay in a hotel room and then take the rest of the way back. That's got to take a lot of planning from folks in the front office to make all that work.
That's what we do during the. That's part of what we do during the off season is get everything planned and ready to go. Get the logistics done when things are slow, so we don't have to scramble and get things done when things are fast like they are right now.
So you'll get back into town Sunday morning, what time?
Probably between 3 and 4.
Jeez. And then everybody goes to bed, and then everybody gets up and plays hockey again Sunday afternoon at 4 with Vancouver.
Yeah. And Vancouver's got a home game, I believe, against Prince Albert on Saturday. So they'll be shaking off some bus legs when we play them on Sunday as well. But they've got some young up and coming goaltending on their team. They're off to a pretty good start. So we'll see how Sunday goes, and we'll see who's got the hot hand and the fresh legs.
Yeah, and that's something we always talk about. 3 games in 3 days, especially after a long road trip. We've seen games where the guys are like skating in quicksand because I don't care if you're 18 or 19, that's still going to take a toll on your body, especially your legs by Sunday.
It does tend to take a toll on your legs. Some guys have to really gut it out on Sunday, but we've seen the guys really do that before. We see it a lot during the playoffs when times are tight. So these guys are trained and ready for that. But I think more it's a mental game than anything else, just getting yourself ready to play that third game.
Do you think there'll be more line changes on Sunday, just to get more fresh bodies in at a quicker pace than what we would normally do?
I would imagine you tend to see quicker line changes, maybe a little bit slowed down pace on the last game of a 3-3, just as guys are trying to get whatever gas they have left out of the tank for that game. So yeah, you might see a little bit of a change in strategy, but these guys will pour in with everything they've got for the game on Sunday against Vancouver.
And please tell me they got like Monday and Tuesday off. I know Tuesdays is usually practice, or Monday too as well. I mean, they got completely Monday off, I'm assuming.
Monday for sure. Tuesday, the guys will be getting ready for a road trip over to Everett on Wednesday.
So that's important to notice. We talked about the travel. It's still a hell of a lot easier traveling in the WHL than it was in the British Columbia Hockey League, because we were the outpost, and now we're not the outpost anymore.
Yeah, we're actually the map of the league is very advantageous for us now. We're right in the middle of Washington State. We're right in the middle of the division with Spokane and Tri-City on one side, Everett, Seattle, Portland on the other side, and we've got a couple of BC division teams that are 3-4 hour trip away. So Kamloops is 6 hours. It's not bad. Victoria would be 6 if not for the wait at the ferry terminal. So it's not a bad spot to be in, all told.
How many stamps do you have in your passport?
None, because they don't stamp it anymore. They scan it, darn it.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a bummer, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, kind of is. Have they sold the old bus yet? They put the bus up for sale, on eBay, right? Like last year, the old bus, because they got a new bus. Have they sold that thing yet?
I haven't seen it around, so it may be out being stored and taken care of, but it, at least around the arena, around the parking lot, I have not seen it parked there.
Let's get a quick update on David Rayfield, because Monday, David, of course, handles marketing and promotions and general nonsense. David starts his general nonsense on Monday as the campout begins on Monday.
The hijinks start on Monday. First thing in the morning, 9 o'clock, David will go out to the balcony of the TTC, so you'll probably see a tent up there on the second floor facing Walla Walla. But no, he'll be up there in the elements selling 1,000 tickets for the game on Saturday, November 9th. That'll be our military appreciation night. The money goes to a couple of great causes. Thomas A. Biddle Foundation is one of them, and the Wenatchee Veterans Hall is the other one. So of the tickets that he sells, $4 from each of those will be split among those two organizations. So as long as he meets his goal, and he always has, that's $2,000 for each organization, and $2,000 that I know both will put to very good use.
And for the uninitiated, you have to buy the tickets from David. I mean, if you go online or go to the box office, that's one thing, but you get a hold of David either via email or phone call or whatever it is, and you buy them through David, and that's where these folks got, I think it's $4 per ticket that David sells, goes into that kitty that you talked about.
Mm-hmm. And we've got a link online that's specially set aside for him, so if you're not able to get through on the phone or stop in and bug him during the day, there's a link that you can get online and buy the tickets that are credited to him as well. So even if you're not able to pick up the phone and work with him directly, we've still got a way to get you taken care of and get him the credit for those.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's get him off there as soon as possible, because I mean, David he gets food breaks, he gets to go inside to use the restroom and the shower facilities. So, you know, because the first year he did that, his personal hygiene by about day 4 was very questionable. I just wanted to tell you that. Real quickly, tonight is Wild About Awareness night, which means what, nonprofits?
Nonprofits,
okay.
Causes in the Valley. A lot of them will have booths and stuff set up on the concourse. Numerica's our partner tonight, so they'll be taking care of 1,000 magnet sets for our fans coming in the door early. And then Sunday against Vancouver, we talked about Mom and Son night a couple of weeks ago. Dads and daughters get the focus with the game on Sunday.
So the daughters pay, the dads get in free? Mm-hmm. Is that how that? Well, that's kind of cool.
So the daughters, with the daughter's ticket, dad gets in free, and it's another one of the Fred Meyer Sunday Fun Days too. So if you got the Fred Meyer rewards card, you get the meal and the ticket all for $20.
All right, Wenatchee Wild Hockey is back again. Kelowna tonight, in Kamloops tomorrow night, Vancouver at home on Sunday, and then we get into Halloween, and they got a whole bunch of Halloween. So I guess I'll see you again next week then, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Don't forget you can listen to Austin on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network on KPQ, unless there's a broadcasting conflict, and then it'll be on AM 1340. Whose call letters I forgot. Who did 1340?
We call it the Hawk, but fortunately the Seahawks play at 10.
That's true. There you go. Austin Droney, everybody, can you stick around for the weather? Sure. All right, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
It might be sunny now, but fall is in the air, and we've got you covered here on the NCW Life Channel. If it's Wenatchee Panther football, volleyball, or girls soccer, we've got you covered. So tune in to your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel, for Wenatchee Panther sports.
Coverage is presented by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Flessenow is a small village in Germany, the heritage home to the Bruders family. Today, the Bruders family call Leavenworth home and make award-winning wines that celebrate the American dream. New Flessenow Cellars has spectacular views anywhere around the property, so bring your friends to taste award-winning handcrafted wines and seasonal specialties. New Flessenow is perfect for any celebration. From their family to yours, stop by this weekend and experience the charm for yourself.
Here's your coffee. That'll be $5.
Thanks.
Oh, it's only $5.
Oh, I like paying double.
Why?
I've always paid more.
You wouldn't pay double for coffee. So don't pay double on your heating bill. Cut your heating bills by up to half when you switch to a heat pump or ductless mini split and get cash back from Chelan PUD plus federal tax credits. Learn more at chelanpud.org/save.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,100.
Turns out during the interview with Austin, his lav mic fell down, all the way down. So you were hearing Austin from his belly button, and a fine belly button it is. Here's hoping that the bus that the Wenatchee Wild take up to Canada has windshield wipers, because there's going to be a lot of rain in the mountains, and I'm pretty sure windshield wipers are required. So if you're heading up into the backcountry this weekend and the upper elevations, rain, not snow. Snow level is going to be way up there. I mean, you got to be way up there to find any kind of snow, but there's going to be a lot of rain, sometimes quite a heavy rain coming to the Cascades as this warm, moist system is knocking on our door. It's going to make things unseasonably mild. We were used to that, but we're in for a very warm Saturday and a very warm Sunday, and then we finally cool down on Monday. But Saturday and Sunday look well warm, and it's been a warm October. From the National Weather Service in detail. We have lots of sunshine this morning. Clouds will be rolling in as this system that we talked about rolls in by 3, 4 o'clock. We have a chance of rain by 7 o'clock. Maybe a pretty good chance of rain. Could get wet and leave off the field to the Apple Bowl tonight. Heads up on that. We'll top off at about 53. It's going to rain in the wee small hours of the morning, basically midnight to about sunrise tomorrow. Midnight to about 7 o'clock. Quite a bit of rain tonight, 44 for the overnight low. Saturday's a mixed bag. In the morning, clouds and rain. In the afternoon, sunshine and a high of 67. Then we do the reverse on Sunday. Sunday morning is going to be fairly sunny and nice, and then Sunday afternoon, more rain rolls in, and we'll have some rain on Sunday night as well. And then Monday, here comes a cold front. Going to cool us down, only 58 to 55 to 58 to 59. Those temperatures are below normal, but not real below normal. Get ready for some October-ish weather coming your way. Don't forget, we got football tonight at 7 o'clock. The Panthers and Davis. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.